They looked me dead in the eye. Their smiles were warm, their words honeyed, and I fell for every syllable. But here's the catch with con artists. They don't pick your pocket first. They pick your soul. Welcome to Trust Me, I'm Lying, a true crime deep dive into the world's most audacious deceptions. In each episode, we unravel the twisted genius behind the perfect lie, how master manipulators prey on hope, engineer chaos, and vanish into thin air with fortunes and reputations in hand. You'll meet the dreamers who struck gold, and the innocents whose lives were shattered beyond repair. You'll follow the trail of breadcrumbs left by charlatans who believed themselves untouchable until their own lies became their undoing. Ready to see how the greatest cons are crafted? Strap in. It's time to pull back the curtain on deception itself. Pay or be exposed. A true crime story. We live in a world where your face is no longer yours. Your voice can be mimicked, your gestures forged, your entire identity reconstructed pixel by pixel by someone you've never met. You don't need to take your clothes off. You don't even need to speak. You just need to exist online. This isn't the future. It's right now. Ashley Banks was 22, a nursing student from Memphis, Tennessee, with a quiet digital footprint and a bright future. She kept her head down, posted occasionally, never overshared, but all it took was one follow request to destroy the illusion of safety. The profile was smooth, a guy her age, mutual friends, gym selfies, soft smiles, vacations by the coast. He didn't rush, he didn't push. He said all the right things. I respect ambition. You've got a killer smile. Wish more girls had your vibe. The messages turned frequent, then daily, then constant. Snapchat, Instagram, late night chats. Compliments turned into flirty dares. He asked for a pic, just one. Nothing crazy, just a tease, he said. Delete it right after. His voice, even in text, sounded calm, assuring, friendly. Ashley sent it. It was a mistake she'll never stop reliving. 6 hours later, a different account messaged her. Same profile photo, same man. But this time, the tone was razor sharp. Send $500 now or I'll leak everything. Attached was the photo she sent, now spliced next to a video, a pornographic clip. Her face, her smile, her voice pasted over someone else's body, moaning into a camera. The lighting was matched. The background blurred. It looked real, sickeningly real. Her heart dropped, her skin went cold. The message continued. We know where you go to school. We know your mother's name. We know who you sit next to in clinicals. You've got 30 minutes. They'd scraped her Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, any corner of her digital life. They used it to build a prison around her. Her silence became their leverage. Ashley panicked. She paid. Then they came back. Another $1,000 or it goes to your church group. Every hour you wait, another clip drops. Her phone buzzed non-stop. Blocked numbers, new burner accounts, her Instagram locked. Her DMs flooded. She stopped answering calls even from her mother. She stopped eating. She stopped sleeping. Every screen became a threat. Every face in the hallway felt like it had seen her naked. She skipped her rotations, failed 2 exams, had a panic attack in her bathroom with the lights off, and still they kept coming. Eventually, Ashley broke down and contacted the authorities. She wasn't the first. She won't be the last. Sextortion scams have evolved. Deepfake technology has taken them from creepy to catastrophic. It's not about sex, it's about domination, shame, control. They use AI to generate videos so real they could ruin your life in a single click. The FBI has launched task forces, schools are scrambling for damage control, but the predators move faster than the policies. Ashley's case remains open, her reputation a war zone. But she chose to speak, not for sympathy, for survival. They made me believe I was already ruined, she says. But staying silent, that's what ruins you for real. Because in this new reality, the threat isn't what you've done, it's what they can make you look like you did. And once your face is out there, the only way to fight back is to drag them into the light. Hearts and Hustles, a love story disguised as a crime scene. You've heard the fairy tales. A lonely woman meets a kind-eyed stranger online. He listens, he laughs, he makes her feel like she matters again. It feels like fate until it isn't. Because in the real world, some love stories end in ashes. And some hearts are carved out slowly, with kindness, with charm, and with every sweet word rehearsed by a predator. Lillian Moore was 58, divorced, nestled in a quiet Nevada suburb. Her house was filled with plants she named and records that hissed when they spun. She spoke to her kids every Sunday like clockwork. She wasn't chasing love, just company. So when her friends nudged her toward online dating, just to try it, Lil, she signed up. No expectations, no pressure, just passing time. That's where he appeared. Cameron, a civil engineer, Boston-born, working overseas. His profile photo had tired eyes, a soft smile, the kind of face that looks like it's been through storms and still believes in spring. He messaged her first. Your smile feels familiar. I bet your house smells like flowers. She blushed, she laughed, she replied. Soon, their days were stitched together with words. Early good mornings, lunchtime check-ins, late-night whispers of how lucky he felt to have found her in a world full of noise. He called her sunshine. She hadn't felt seen in years. Then came the talk of money. He said he wanted a future. He wanted them to have something real. He was investing in crypto, early access, private platform, only for insiders. He never begged, never pushed. He simply said, "You're the only person I trust with this." And when someone makes you feel special enough to be trusted, you want to believe they mean it. She started small, $500. The app looked real, her balance grew, every number ticked upward like it loved her. Then $2,000, then $15,000, her retirement, nearly everything she'd saved. "We'll cash out together," he said. "You'll never have to worry again." But one morning Cameron disappeared. His messages stopped. The video calls vanished. The app wouldn't load. Her earnings? Gone. She called the support line, disconnected. The email bounced. The photos of Cameron she once saved on her phone? A reverse search revealed the truth. They belonged to a German fitness model with no idea who she was. Everything had been fabricated. The smile, the job, the voice that called her sunshine. That's when Lillian learned the word that still makes her sick to say, pig butchering. A global scam named for the way it works. The victim is the pig. The scammer fattens them with affection, hope and trust until the moment they're butchered for everything they have. These aren't basement-dwelling loners. They're networks, compounds, scam farms. Some of the very people sending those messages are slaves themselves, trapped in foreign countries, beaten if they don't meet their daily quota of broken hearts. AI generates the faces, scripts generate the romance, and by the time the knife comes down, it's too late to run. Lillian came forward, not for sympathy, but for defiance. She said, "I wasn't stupid, I was lonely. There's a difference." She now volunteers with a digital watchdog group, teaching others how to see the traps hidden in sweet words. But her voice trembles when she speaks about the quiet after Cameron vanished, the silence where love used to live. She's not just missing the money, she's mourning a person who never existed. Because in the darkest corners of the internet, what you fall in love with might be the same thing that destroys you. And once you've been conned by love itself, it's not just your bank account that's empty. It's your trust. It's your reflection in the mirror. It's the part of you that believed in good intentions, and that's the part they always take last. Vanishing acts and digital gold. A story of quiet ruin. You ever notice how it feels like everyone's getting rich? Swipe after swipe, the screen glows with stories of overnight wealth, a new luxury car, a beachfront condo, a trading app flashing green numbers like a slot machine in heat. Crypto isn't just a currency anymore, it's a dream. And like all dreams, it can quickly become a nightmare. Rose Vella didn't chase dreams. She kept her feet on the ground, taught math to 7th graders in a sleepy town in Hawaii. Her life was small, careful, deliberate. Her joy came in routines, early morning coffee, clean lesson plans, ocean breezes. She was the kind of woman who balanced her checkbook to the penny and still kept her receipts in neat labeled folders. But the world around her was changing, fast. Her brother bragged about Ethereum gains. Her co-worker joked about early retirement thanks to Dogecoin, and her phone never stopped whispering, "You're missing out." Then came the message. A woman called herself @Jade Crypto Queen, a digital siren. Her Instagram was a gallery of excess. Rolexes, champagne, yachts, smiling women clutching receipts with captions like, "Started with $400, look at me now." Jade's pitch was soft. "I'm not selling crypto, I'm offering freedom." The app Jade used looked sleek, designed like it belonged in a real stock exchange. It tracked live games, offered customer service bots that responded instantly, even showed fake testimonials updating in real time. Rose hesitated. Then she sent 500 and the balance ticked upward like magic. $1,000 and $1,400, then $2,700, then $4,200. The numbers were addicting. They hummed with possibility. Jade told her, "Your breakthrough is right around the corner." But when Rose tried to withdraw her winnings, the game changed. A new message. "Before we can release funds, you must pay a wallet activation fee." Then came another, a transfer hold fee. Then tax. Then a platform clearance charge. It felt like death by 1,000 cuts. She paid them, gritting her teeth, telling herself she was almost there. The app now said she had over $9,000. All she had to do was pay one last fee. So she did. And the app logged her out. She tried to log back in. Error. The website? Gone. Jade's Instagram? Deleted. The chat support? Dead silence. She reverse searched the smiling women from the reviews. One was a stock photo. Another was a Brazilian fitness model who'd never heard of crypto. Rose had been conned. When she went to the police, they told her what she already feared. The wallet address she'd sent money to had touched dozens of other victims, filtered, laundered, and vanished into the void of the blockchain. No name, no trail. She lost $6,300, but the money was almost an afterthought. It was the shame that stayed. She was a math teacher. She understood risk. She taught kids how to calculate, how to question, how to reason. But she couldn't see the trap that had been built just for her. Crypto wasn't the enemy, she later said, voice low, eyes hollow. But the promise of something for nothing, that's where the rot begins. These scams don't scream, they whisper. They lure you in not with threats, but with hope. Polished, smiling, expertly scripted hope. And when the lie crumbles, what's left behind isn't just an empty wallet. It's a haunting sense that the world is shifting under your feet, that you can't trust your screen, your instincts, maybe not even your own judgment. Rose still teaches, still balances her books, but now she carries something colder, quieter. Because when reality begins to blur with illusion, what's stolen isn't just your savings, it's your sense of safety in the world. And that never deposits back. Let me tell you what hope looks like before it rots. Her name was Mercy Johns, 22 years old, Massachusetts. Fresh out of the foster care system with no family, no safety net, and no one to call if things went sideways. But she was trying, really trying. She had finished a job readiness program, polished her resume until the bullet points looked like prayers, signed up for every job alert she didn't want charity. She wanted work. So when the email landed in her inbox, it felt like a hand reaching through the static. Tech Path Global. Subject line, welcome to Tech Path Global. Your career starts here. Her name was in the body. The tone was warm, familiar. It mentioned her adaptability, praised her drive. For someone who's always had to prove she mattered, that email felt like proof she finally did. A man named Brent introduced himself, said he was a recruiter, told her she'd be perfect for a remote admin position, $27 an hour. Full benefits after 30 days, paid training. He said they believed in investing in people like her. You deserve a chance, Mercy. The interview wasn't a call, it was through Google Chat, text only. Short, easy questions, nothing too personal. 10 minutes later, congratulations, you're hired, she cried. Not loud, just a slow, relieved kind of cry. Like maybe, just maybe, things were turning. That night, the offer letter came. It looked official. Logos, signatures, an onboarding checklist. She felt proud, she'd worked hard, she was ready. Then came the first ask. A $149 compliance fee to access the training portal. Brent said it was standard, said she'd be reimbursed with her first paycheck. And she paid it. She didn't have the money. Not really, but she wanted the job. She needed to believe it was real. The training was a flat PDF. No interaction, no videos, no voice. Just dry text, instructions, a short quiz. It felt off. But Brent told her she did great. Your work laptop will be shipped this week. Then came the second ask, $249 for priority shipping. That was Mercy's rent money. She paused. Pushed back, Brent's tone shifted, flat and cold. It's optional, but if you don't move forward, we'll have to rescind the offer. Panic set in, that small voice that whispers when something's wrong. It screamed. She started digging. No Tech Path Global, the company web system, the phone number, disconnected. Brent, untraceable. The letterhead, fake. And in that instant, it all collapsed. They had her full name, her address, her social security number, her bank info, her hope, and $149 she couldn't spare. She wasn't just unemployed again. She was exposed, compromised, violated in a way that doesn't leave bruises, just shame. And it's happening everywhere. Scammers are getting smarter. Deep fake recruiters, cloned company websites, fake HR, scripted charm. They don't show up with threats. They come wearing job offers, and they don't just steal your money. They steal your belief that good things still happen. They target the ones barely holding on. New grads, immigrants, single moms, foster kids trying to claw their way out of the system. People like Mercy, people who've already survived too much. Mercy now works at a youth center in Springfield, teaching other young people how to spot the red flags she missed. She tells them, if the job's too easy, too perfect, too fast, and if they ask you for money, it's not a job, it's a setup. And she's right, because the cruelest scams don't look like traps, they look like salvation. This is what it looks like when someone does everything right and still loses everything. It's not just identity theft, it's hope theft. And sometimes the biggest lie you'll ever believe comes with a subject line that says, "Congratulations, job offer jackpot. How to get played in 5 easy steps." So let's talk about Lamont Yales. Fresh off losing his IT contract in Oklahoma, the man packs up and moves to Colorado with dreams of new beginnings, better paychecks, and maybe, just maybe, paying his Wi-Fi bill on time. He's got family counting on him, bills doing backflips, hope in one hand, desperation in the other. So naturally, he turns to LinkedIn, the digital land of opportunity, hustle culture, and fake motivational quotes from Elon Musk. And boom, his inbox dings like it just won the lottery. Amazing opportunity, $25,500 week, remote, immediate start, apply now. Let's pause. $2,500 a week to work from home. What could possibly go wrong? The message is from Sarah Collins at Global Solutions Inc. Never heard of them, neither had he. But Sarah's profile? Flawless. Professional headshot, mutual connections, experience at companies that sound vaguely impressive. Probably drinks oat milk. She slides into his DMs, calls him qualified, and sends over a DocuSign job offer faster than you can say sketchy. Now, Lamont's sitting there staring at a legit-looking offer letter with logos, legal mumbo-jumbo, and those fancy corporate bullet points like synergy and workflow integration. Then comes the catch. To begin, please send a $250 background check fee via Zelle. Cue the red flags flapping like it's a parade. But Sarah? Oh, she's got answers. Because it's remote and international, we have to go through extra verification. It's fully reimbursable with your first check. And Lamont, he says bet. Zelle bank info, social security number, scanned ID. Basically, he gave her everything short of his Netflix password. Then crickets, 2 days, no paycheck, no updates. He hits up Sarah, her response, onboarding snag, wire another $150 or we'll have to rescind your offer. Let's just say Lamont's spidey senses finally start tingling. A buddy from a staffing agency breaks the news like a bad breakup. That's not a job offer, that's a scam, bro. Lamont checks LinkedIn again. Sarah's gone. Vanished like she was never there. Global Solutions Inc. doesn't exist. That job? Just a carefully crafted fairy tale with a $400 price tag and a side of stolen identity. And the worst part, they've got his SSN, his bank details, probably his blood type. The scammers could open credit lines, apply for loans, maybe even rent a car in his name and drive straight to the sunset. Lamont's now monitoring his credit like it's a horror movie. And he's out here doing the Lord's work, speaking at job outreach events, telling anyone who'll listen, if someone asks you to pay to get paid, it's not a job, it's a scam, full stop. This isn't just about losing money, it's about losing trust, dignity, that flicker of hope that maybe, just maybe, things were turning around. So the next time your inbox blesses you with a golden opportunity, ask yourself, who's really hiring and what are they really taking? Because sometimes that jackpot job offer, return to sender an extra $300, a classic amp, a fake name, and a bank call that changed everything. Sergio Riddles thought he'd scored. It was a Tuesday afternoon in Tulsa, and he'd just listed his late dad's vintage Fender amp online. $1,200, clean condition, ready to sell. He didn't play much anymore, and with rent due and bills knocking, it was time to let it go. Then came the message. Kevin Langley said he was a touring guitarist passing through town, loved the amp, wanted it bad, offered $1,500 sight unseen. Said keep $1,200 for the amp, $300 extra for your trouble. Just Zell me the difference once the check clears. Easy, too easy. Sergio hesitated, but the check showed up fast, watermarked, stamped, looked legit. His bank said it would clear by morning. He texted Kevin, sent $300 back. Let me know when it lands, Kevin replied. Sergio relaxed. He even started planning to fix his car's busted AC with the leftover cash. Then the call came. Fraud alert. The check had bounced, fake, and now his account was in the red, minus $1,500. And that $300 he zelled away, gone. No trace, no refund, no Kevin. Phone number, disconnected. Email, dead. That buy and sell profile, deleted. Just like that. Sergio was scammed. He didn't just lose money, he lost time, trust, and a week's rent. He had to crash on a buddy's couch and explain to friends how he got played. And the worst part? He didn't think he was the kind of guy this happened to, but it happens. A lot. Overpayment scams are everywhere in 2025. They work because they feel generous, too generous. A fake check comes in, you wire back the extra. By the time you realize it's fake, they're gone, and you're stuck footing the bill. Sergio says it felt like getting sucker punched by someone who smiled first. The Tulsa cops took the report, so did the sheriff's office. But recovery? Slim chance. The check was traced to a dead-end account. The IP address? Somewhere overseas. No Kevin, no tour, no sale, just an empty inbox, a frozen account, and a silent amp sitting in the corner. Sergio doesn't play much these days. Not because the amp's busted, but because the song doesn't sound the same anymore. But he's speaking out. He started telling his story at open mics, musician meetups, even put together a free workshop called Confirm Before You Send. The message is simple. If they're rushing you, if they're overpaying, if they want money before you can verify funds, stop. It's a scam, because overpayment scams don't just steal gear, they steal confidence, dignity, peace of mind. So next time someone throws a little extra your way, make sure it's not bait. This was return to sender. Don't let the kindness in your heart cost you everything in your wallet.